Good evening, folks. Maybe evening. I don't know where you're from. Might be evening, could be morning for all I know. But welcome, regardless of where you are or what time it might be for you. Uh, surprise, surprise. We're playing some D&T. Uh, Sorry, it's a little haphazard here. I started taking a picture with the card view instead of the pile view because I remember someone telling me a long time ago that this is a lot easier for people who are not native English readers, which makes a lot of sense. But then when I did that on my sideboard on the stream, suddenly it goes off into space and you can't actually see it. So I just undid it for the sideboard after taking my deck list picture for Twitter. Anyway, welcome. Um, Playing the same list that we were playing stream before last because we played the pet card for New Year's Eve last time. So we have the one Samwise in the deck that I wish was a Canoptek Scarab Swarm, but cannot be on Magic Online. They're playing the three therapies, cutting the fourth for the one Containment Priest. Um, yeah. One thing. Oh hell yeah! Finally, I'm online early enough to get a Jarvis raid. Thank you so much, Jarvis. I hope you had a great stream. And welcome everybody coming from Jarvis' stream. We're going to be casting one of the coolest cards in the game. Oh no, I got to bring it over here because I can't enlarge it. But yeah, we're casting one of the coolest cards in the game. Going to be casting some of the Qual therapies. I hope so too, and thank you so much for the raid. Yeah, going to be casting therapies. One thing that I do want to be mindful of, something that I haven't really thought about at all ever since I started playing therapy, is whether we actually have the black sources to support this many black spells. So far, I think it hasn't. I think it's so far actually mostly been fine. But I just have to admit that, like, literally before talking with someone earlier today, I hadn't even thought about it at all. So I just want to be extra mindful of any situations I find myself in where I'm not feeling like I have enough black sources in the deck. I think right now we're at 4, 8, 12. I think we're at 18. Yeah, we're at 18. It's hard to know where more come from, but we'll see. Yeah, I saw that you were playing some standard. I didn't have any time to actually watch, but I hope you had a good time testing. I assume for the RCQ season. So yeah, we are going to hop into it and see how we do. Hopefully, we'll. Last couple streams haven't been the best, at least in terms of results. They've been fun. Just couple 2-3s isn't the best. So hopefully we have a little bit of a better night tonight. And we start off against Doomsday. Very likely to be Doomsday. This person has played Doomsday, I think, every time I've played against them. So, and we're on the draw, of course. Okay, well, we get to start with a Thoughtseize, followed by a Wasteland, so maybe, just maybe. I'm going to keep this. I think I'm going to put the Vial on the... Alright, why did I think I was mulliganing? What? Ponder, sure, you got it. Ponder, Shuffle, off an Underground Sea. That's kind of making me interested in starting with a Wasteland. Yeah, I'm going to start with a Wasteland. Nice. Now that's what I want to see. they're missing a land drop, I think I'm going to wait to Thoughtseize them. Because they're probably, it's likely that they're going to have to go to discard next turn. Or they like force here, which I would rather the Vial get forced than the Thoughtseize for a million reasons. So, and they pitched a Brainstorm. Also happy about that. Okay, so now we're just gonna Thoughtseize. This, I mean, this is a way to win game one against them. Oh, they are not playing. Interesting, they're not playing Doomsday at all. Well, I don't care about the days because I have the Vial. The rest of their cards are kind of uncastable. I guess I'm just taking the Brainstorm. Yeah, I'll take the Brainstorm. All right, cool. This person has almost always been playing Doomsday against me. It just turned out to not be the case this time. But hey, not going to complain about that win one bit. So I think I'm usually bringing in about this many cards. Give me 1 second. Should be 3. Yep, that is right. And I'm cutting the Thalias. I'm cutting the Jite. Whoop. Cutting the Thalias, the Jite, and 2 Flicker Wisps. No, wait, 3 Flicker Wisps because I'm missing the Aloran. The reason I don't like Wisp very much in this matchup is that it's just the card that's individually the least powerful. Like, it doesn't really do much against their cards. It's only really good if you like synergize it with your stuff, but they're so good at grinding that you don't necessarily get the chance to do that very often. Although, one thing I do want to think about is the last couple times I've played against Bug Beans, they've also had, what's it called? Turok in their deck. And this configuration notably only has like Karakas plus Bowmaster as ways to deal with Turok. And since I want to kill their Murktides anyway, I want to think about bringing in some Battle of Bywaters. I could potentially not bring in the full 3 therapy, although I usually like that card. It's kind of tough because most of the, I guess like Skyclave is like a little mid, but again, you really want to make sure their beans stay in check. It's hard to say. I can probably cut like 1 therapy, 1 Skyclave. Maybe we'll try that. Because you're kind of bringing a Lauren for the Skyclave. And Skyclave, other than specifically against Up the Beanstalk, is not a very impressive card in the matchup. This hand's not great, but I think Thoughtseize into Stone... Like, they don't have that many ways to answer a Stoneforge, so if I get to Thoughtseize the answer and then cast Stoneforge, it feels pretty good. Oh, now we just have a great curve. Because I don't need any more lands, I'm going to go ahead and fetch with these. I'm going to get Stifled. Or there you get the lower revealed. Yeah, okay, whatever. I forgot that we saw the Stifled. The Bug Beans usually plays a Stifler too, so I should have been a little more careful about that. But maybe played the scrub land for my first land, and then from after that it might be. Why didn't they get a tropical island instead of an underground sea? That's very weird. Huh. I think I'm either taking the murderous cut or the ransom. Murderous cut makes it like even more likely the Stoneforge lives, but maybe we don't really need it to live, and the rest of their cards are pretty good. The other argument is take the Murktide because they don't have many threats in their deck, and taking away a threat just limits their options later. But they're gonna find another one, so I'm not sure. I'm gonna take the Murderous Cut. Not super confident in that one, but I think the plan to Cauldron check them with the Stoneforge is pretty good, so. And I think not taking the cut is like banking on these two Ponders being like terrible, which I don't really want to bet on that. Here's the other trop, and they're holding the mana up, so maybe that's another Lorien revealed potentially. Or they're just saving the Ponder for something else. That's obviously possible too. Here's my Stoneforge Mystic. Okay, it resolves. Yeah, I'm gonna get a Cauldron. Show me what you got. Brainstorm. Yeah, sure. Edict? Edict. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So they could potentially not have both of these. They have at least one of them, but they're like two of the best cards in their deck. So I'm going to assume that the last card they put back with that Brainstorm was not one of these. They probably have both of those cards. I could Thoughtseize, but I think that is worse than using all of my mana here to just cast this Recruiter. I think I'm just going to get another Stoneforge. Yeah. Up to Beanstalk, sure. That was one risk with recruiting a Stoneforge as opposed to like a Lauren, but they didn't have the Beanstalk yet, and I don't know how much I like preemptively getting a Lauren, but maybe it was worth it. We'll see. This is definitely the Murktide, and my Magic Online client is already lagging quite a bit for having like just started streaming. Wasteland might be cool. I'll start with the Thoughtseize. There's another Murktide and a Torok. Okay, I'm going to take the Turok then, because they can cast it next turn. And good thing like I said, I was pretty sure they were playing it. And I'm going to go ahead and cast this battle and kill that Murktide. So now their hand is Bayou, Brainstorm, Murktide. So they didn't keep the ransom, which is kind of wild. There's the Brainstorm. They can cast another Murktide here if they want to. I presume that they will. We do have to find an answer for it, but I assume the Bayou is probably gone here. Yeah, here's Murktide 2. This is only going to be at most a 6/6, which gives us some time. And they keep it as a 5/5, which gives us a whole extra turn. So so Stoneforge for Batterskull plus put Yorion in our hand is probably the play. Actually, I'm going to get Sash instead of Batterskull because, first of all, the plan, I think, here is to put Yorion in our hand, and then next turn we're going to recruit for a Solitude. If we put Sash into our hands, then we don't have to also draw a white card next turn in order to evoke it. If we do, then we have options, and then potentially Sash can be what we use to keep their graveyard clear so that they don't get to cast another Murktide down the line. Because Murktide's their main way to win the game. So. Brainstorm, sure. Lots of lands, lots of lands. Is this another bean? Is another bean. Notably, this game would be a lot easier if I took the Murktide off the first Thoughtseize. We wouldn't be under, like, we wouldn't have a threat in play. I guess it's hard to say how they would have resolved the brainstorms from earlier, but the game would be different. But it would probably not involve this Murktide being in play right now. So. Here's another Murktide. Uh-oh. So we should be at 5 here. But this Yorion is probably not resolving. I haven't gotten beamed out by bug beans this hard before. Well, we have one hope, And it's for this card to resolve. It resolves. Okay, we have a shot. Yeah. I'm just flickering both. And if this solitude resolves, which we're going to cast right now. Okay, we've got a shot. That's annoying. That is really annoying. And the dismember, geez, okay. So we just have to draw another a sword solitude, and that's it. Too bad we didn't have Bowmasters in play there. Okay. Are we alive? We're alive. Okay. I don't know how we're alive, but I'll take it. I am passing here. Actually, I'm cracking this food right now. So that I can't get like triple Bowmastered or something like that. I don't know how they haven't drawn a Force of Will, but I'm also not going to complain. There's a Stifle. If they're trading a Stifle for this, that's fine by me. I'll live with that. It would be more annoying if they had a threat in play, but they don't, so I'm fine. So I could cast this D&Teeg here. I think I am. It's hard to say. I think I'm going for it. Hello, Viscage. How's it going? Is Harrow the Ninth a good D&T card? There are much more qualified people than me to be making that evaluation. It's a good question, though. I am not going to attack with this Recruiter because I want to hold it back for potential Bowmaster blocks. Speaking of, here's one of probably many. Are they just hitting Teague twice? Okay. Teague's getting got. Do you have a force of will now? Now they have a force of will. If it's just Soren's ransom. Okay. Classic game against Bug Beans. Looking like it might get down to them decking. No guarantee, but we'll see. It's actually a tough choice. So if we put Batterskull into play, it's better for blocking because of the lifelink, but it runs the problem of being worse against a follow-up removal spell, and we can also cast the Batterskull next turn if we need to. So I think I'm going to put it in the Cauldron instead. They have an edict, so it didn't matter which I put into play. Okay. Then in that case, I'm also happy. Oh no, because now I'm just dead. Okay. All right. They successfully beamed us out. Took a long time to get there, but they did it. I don't think I want to change anything. It's tough not to crack here. think I think I'm keeping this as is. Yeah. Sure. Sand looks good. It's not great against Wasteland, but they don't have that many of them in their deck, so we'll see. Let's see what you got. Force, Murktide, Brainstorm. Okay. I think I am going to take the Force of Will here. Or I could take the Fate. So, okay, so I don't think it's the Force of Will because they also have the Fatal Push to deal with this Stoneforge. I think what I might do is take the push, which entices them to force the Stoneforge, which means that the Rest in Peace probably resolves. And then that means the Murktide's dead. The Bowmaster's already not a big threat, and the cantrips, I don't think it's worth it to take a cantrip when they have two of them. So yeah, I'll take the push. They also might have to get a basic island, which means that, yeah, the cantrips have to find another removal spell and a black source to cast it. And they shuffled off that Ponder, so they're probably not going to have it for this Stoneforge right here. Okay. Well, still culture checking you. What do you got? Found a delta. They also find a push. They did also find a push. They found a Thoughtseize. I guess Thoughtseize for my Cauldron is kind of similar, huh? That's so mean. Well, I'm not dying anytime soon at the very least, although I would like to draw another land. But yeah, I'm happy to slam this Rest in Peace. Probably getting Force of Willed. No. Okay, sure. Alright, land for Recruiter, please. Okay. Alright, deck. Obviously, they probably have a bonus. This is what gets the Force. Force, pitch, Murktide. Okay, sure. So they may or may not have. I guess they almost certainly don't have a Bowmasters in their hand, or they would have kept it to kill it, or they would not have forced there. They would have just killed the mom. Is this a Witherbloom command? Because that's the one card that makes the Rest in Peace not immediately need to be forced. Yeah, okay. And they milled, no, what did they, oh, they drained us. No, that makes sense. There we go. All right. I don't want to get the Savannah in case, because I don't want that to just get wastelanded. That would be really sad. I had the same thought, Mike. I went in assuming that they were Doomsday and played against them games one, like in game one, like they were. Now they had like one turn to draw a Bowmaster and then they drew it. All right, fine. Not killing my Recruiter is kind of nice though. And they're blocking with the wrong card. Works for me. The right way is they Bowmaster the Recruiter and then double block. It's worse against a removal spell. They know I have a Solitude, but like pitching to not lose my Stoneforge there is like definitely not worth it. And then my Recruiter's not in play for the Yorion later. I would say that it's a good thing, but my track record against them on Doomsday is like weirdly high. Hey Corrado, sorry I missed your hello. Hope you're having a good evening. So this is definitely giving me a little bit more work to do against them. So Mystic Sanctuary for Witherbloom command. Okay. Is this a Murktide? Looks like a Murktide. Murktide for 4? Oh, they chose not to use it. Okay. Got it. Well, that's fine by me. I have all of the Murktide answers. I have even more of the Murktide answers. I have even more of the Murktide answers. I'm going to go ahead and bounce this now so that they can't Bowmaster it next turn. 3-1 Modern. Nice, nice. This is a Lorien revealed. Yep. Who knew that I could draw lands? Was feeling for a little bit like I wasn't able to. Another force. Okay, force pitching a ponder. Okay. It's not the worst. As long as they play their Murktides before they play their Torok. That's fine. Other than fetching a swamp doesn't give me a lot of hope that that's what's going to happen here. Okay, Bowmaster on the Recruiter, sure. Okay, I need something to put into play, please. Not quite. I guess it means I can cast a Solitude here. That's probably fine. They're kind of suspiciously holding up Hardcast Force. But I'll live with it. Sure. Another Lorien revealed. Okay. Drawing their whole deck. Yeah, I have to not die to these, so we're solituding. If they have another Bowmaster, which is entirely possible with this mana they're holding up, then we would like to block the Orc army, because that just gets the most power out of play. Oh, I'm hydrating. I'm hydrating. If this is a Sheoldred's Edict, it doesn't matter really. It is, in fact, a Sheoldred's Edict. Okay. Just pass the turn and do the same thing, I guess. Looks just like a Torok, probably. If it's Torok, then I'm just very glad that I did not I'm just very glad that I didn't put your end in my hand that turn. Unfortunately, this is kind of what I didn't want to happen, because this means my hand is empty and a Murktide off a Murktide could definitely just kill us. Okay, and there's Force pitching a Ponder. I'm also swordsing this because I'm just emptying my hand. So now the Torok, we can bounce the Torok freely because it's not really killing us. But I do want to try to get Yorin into my hand first. Or get Yorin into play, but we'll see what we draw. We know they have a Bayou. That's probably the last mana producing land that they have in their deck. That's one of the better draws. I just want, yeah, Batterskull for sure. And I guess, yeah, I'm putting Yorin in my hand this turn. Yeah. I think the plan is hope next turn we draw like any spell that does something, and then put Batterskull in, do that. Turn after that, we cast the Orion, bounce the Torok. This looks like a Murderous Cut, probably. Yep, okay. Well, next turn we still get to cast this Batterskull. Could have another Edict, maybe another cut. They're down to... no Force of Wills left. We gotten through all their Force of Wills, so it has to be a removal spell. This looks like a Bowmaster that's going to hit us down to 5. Which means that we really need this Batterskull to live. I guess if the Batterskull token doesn't live, then we can at least bounce the Torok as a safety net, but then we need a way to reset the Batterskull without that killing us, which... or have the time to reset it, which isn't super likely if we lose the Orion, so we'll see. Edict? Yeah, okay. Mom could be good. I know I can't be Mom because then the Torok just kills us. I can't. We don't have Wisp in our deck. I guess Skyclave could work. Solitude also works. Solitude doesn't work against just drain us though, so. Yeah. All right. That's a bummer. Been losing against Bug Beans a lot lately. It's just hard to tell if it's because my opponents are... It's just hard to tell if it's variance or just like the... Like... I feel like my plan against them is sound. It's been difficult to put it into action sometimes, and it's hard to tell. Like, obviously, that game it did take us a while to draw our third lands. If we had drawn it earlier, maybe that would have, like, had some long-term effects on the game, but obviously it's way too hard to tell if that's true or not. But it feels like a lot of the games that I have against them are somewhat like that, but it's hard to tell. If it continues to be the bug matchup, or the beans deck that people like to play, which against me it certainly has. It's the one we played against the most by far. Then it probably might be worth some more targeted testing. As for this hand is annoying. Opponent's mulling to 6. A 7 that opens on Aether Vial and can cast literally anything it draws, and at least has the Thalia, feels like probably worth keeping, especially against the mull to 6. It definitely could get run over, but I think this is worth keeping. Bloodstained Mire, never mind. Bloodstained Mire feels a lot like Reanimator, but once upon a time means it definitely isn't. It's Street. What? Is this the Delirium Cascade Beans, maybe? Is it... It's not Madness. I don't know what this is at all. It's Madness. Okay. I'll take that. Yeah, that works for me. My opponent can potentially cast an Ox of Agonis next turn, which isn't great. Yep, it is in fact Madness. Mm-hmm. 2 Vengevines in the graveyard, huh? Well, that's a little scary. Well, I hope that the cards they drew off of their Ox are bad. If they aren't, we're probably dead. Just cast a Ravager. That works for me. I can live with that. I'm just going to have to take this 5. Put the mom into play. Maybe I was supposed to not put that mom into play, actually. Okay, no, it's fine. So we're gonna go ahead and... It would be really nice to get a Lion Sash here, but I don't think we have the time. I think we just have to Solitude this Ravager. Ravager is by far the scariest card that they can play against us, and we're just going to get it the heck out of here. What are they casting now? Rootwalla. Okay, they might just be casting 2 creatures normally. Or not. Okay. I'm alive. Yeah, this is a pretty free block pre-board. I don't want to kill it because I don't want them to be able to unearth it again. Or escape it. Yeah, I'll get rid of... I'll get rid of Taiga. That probably matters more for them being able to hardcast Vengevine, potentially. I guess hitting the untapped one would have made more sense, but I don't think they're casting anything on our turn regardless. Thankfully, this is also a Blazing Rootwalla, so Thalia blocking it is free. Also, the nice thing about hitting Taiga is it's less mana for Basking Rootwallas. Going up to 4. Caracas is fine, I guess. Would have liked a card that made impact this turn, but I'll live. Putrid Imp is sort of terrifying. Yeah, okay. So here the Vengevine's coming back. I imagine they're attacking with everything. If not, that's fine too. I think I am just blocking like this, bouncing the Thalia, and then on our turn we cast Yorion, Blink Recruiter, get a Solitude Violet in on Vengevine, eat the other Vengevine in combat. That'll probably be it. So we take 4, we're going to 9. LED, sure, okay. We might have had an opportunity to cast that Vial earlier, and having it on 2 for this Thalia would be pretty great. Oh, now we have a Swords too. Well, Swords is definitely worse than a Solitude, so we'll put the Solitude in play. There's no line that doesn't involve attacking with everything, that's for sure. Solitude hits the Ox. Block here, block here. I don't really need this recruiter anymore, so I'll just have it soak up some damage. And then they can hit me for a maximum of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if they crack LED and pump Root Walla, which is really only 2 because the Solitude is gaining 3. And then I'm going to give the Solitude Pro Green so it lives, and the next turn I bounce Yori, or attack, bounce Yori on Violet, Solitude again. Yeah, this game's over. Yep. Hey, Charlotte, how's it going? Another Wasteland ain't too bad. Can't complain, you know. Two Putrid Imps that can't block. Sure. You got some Vengevines. Neither of which can attack. I mean, sure. You didn't actually give this flying, so that block is free. Okay, they're conceding. There we go. All right. I have not played against Madness in forever because the deck's not very good. I'll put it pretty plainly. So I have to think about this a bit. I'm pretty sure that all of this makes sense. The Graveyard Hate is mostly just for Vengevine and Ox. Sometimes they play Anger, but not always. Thanks, Trilith. Battle of Bywater isn't good against the Root Wallas, but it's good against Hollow One, Ox, Vengevine, Ravager, which are all really big. Lauren's very cuttable. Kaldra's very cuttable. I wonder how good Thoughtseize even is in this matchup. Thalia can sometimes be a good blocker, but I think she's worse than the other stuff we have going on. Although she's not worse than Containment Priest. Thalia is better than Containment Priest. Might just board out a Wisp to stay relatively cheap, relatively lean. I think the rest of it looks good. Maybe not Samwise. Thalia is probably better than Samwise too. Thoughtseize may or may not be good. I'm not sure, but I think the important cards to Thoughtseize are not ones that typically stay in their hand very much. Or sorry, let me rephrase that. I think the cards that are important to Thoughtseize are not ones that they usually pass the turn with the mana to cast. Ravager being a big example of that. Um, Also, you could get something like a Firestorm that they usually play in post board. I'm gonna try this out. Yeah. This is fine. The Ashes not being castable is a little annoying, but we can pitch it to a Solitude. Stoneforge is like almost by far our best card in the matchup, and Surgical is good against their really fast starts. Oh, please just crack your LED into this Surgical. I'm begging you. Are they just casting to... Oh, casting to Root Wall is flashing back looting. That's what's happening. I think that is fine. Maybe I'm supposed to hit the looting, but I think I'd rather see what they put into the yard. Yeah, they put one Vengevine in, but now they have no mana to cast anything, so whatever. Like, they're just top decking from here. They didn't actually discard anything that kills me. Like, I put this Stoneforge into play and it blocks everything. Wow, so lucky. Given how ahead I am, I will be solituding the Blazing Root Walla, pitching the Legion Stashes. I'm going to go ahead and get the Batter Skull that they can't beat. And I guess that's it. There's still 1, 2, 3, 4. There's still 6 cards off of what's it called? Escaping the Ox. So yeah, cool. Now I'm just gonna waste their Taiga too. No black source for Bowmaster is annoying, but that's okay. It's not like I'm exactly behind here. Yeah. Yeah, alright. I'm not even sure I want to cast that as opposed to holding up the Solitude. Yeah, I'm gonna hold up the Solitude. I'm sorry, opponent. You didn't play a good deck. You got scammed by someone, and I'm very sorry. Literally, where are my lands? What's going on? I'm going to go ahead and search Gold Ox because it's the most complicated timing. Nothing else really matters. And they have one in their deck too. Ancient Grudge. Okay, good thing I have Bounce Batter Skull up right now. Although I guess they can't cast it anyway, so that's never been a problem. Yeah, okay, sure. You got it. If they find LED, it'd be pretty good, but... yeah, sure. Discarded Ancient Grudge and a Rootwalla. Sure. And then they didn't get a land that could flashback the Grudge, so they're super dead. Alright. That's madness for you. Alright, we won a die roll. Let's go. This is a pretty good hand to win the die roll with, too. Mom Stoneforge, let's go. We're also going to look like we're playing mono white, which is kind of funny. Oh, interesting. Okay. We're getting reanimated. Cast the spell, Bart. Yay! What? Don't do that. That's not good for you at all. What? What? I figured they were gonna cast reanimate, but not on my solitude. All right. Well, goodbye, Sash. Recruiter's probably getting a wisp then. at a wisp. I don't want to trade with the Solitude. I want the Solitude in play so that it punishes them entombing for Archon. Like this Solitude is actively better in play for me right now than me trading with it. I'll get rid of Stoneforge and Vista. Yeah, they could see it. That was all so face up. Literally every play that we made, they knew we could make, and they just played into it the entire way. That was really weird. So we're boarding in all these except for the Lauren, and then bring in that, and what do we cut? No Batterskull, no GT, no Lauren. Usually like one Skyclave, no Wisps, cut up Plains, cut Samwise Mom, something like that. Yeah, that looks fine to me. I'm not hearing you out, Child. I'm sorry. Not now. Oh, bring in Teeg. Whoa, whoa. That's not a card you ever told me to bring in. But no. I've thought about it, but I mean, it only hits on Mask. Oh, true. The Tin Fins pivot, of course. Deal. Obviously, they cast one discard spell before going off and we like die, but no. Oh, it's, wait, currency converter? Is this actually scam and not reanimator? I mean, I think I'm happy with it either way, but that is interesting. Oh my god, my Moto is lagging so bad. What's going on? Okay. All right. There's a saga. All right. We got. I'm just taking the reanimate, I think. Yeah, I'll take the reanimate. I've been had. I will have to change my boarding. Wowee. They got a 2-2. I definitely made myself a lot worse against Urza Saga. What am I doing here? Although it's actually not that bad. I'm going to hold off on casting the Rest in Peace because I'll probably just surgical their sagas and then cast Rest in Peace. But what am I casting now? I guess I'm probably just casting Vile and passing, right? They can Bowmaster me, but then my Thalia can block everything. The Save the Vile will give us the most leverage over the next couple of turns. We're definitely getting aggroed out here a bit, so Oh, they're just... Alright. Just looting with currency converter. Games are good. Games are good. Can't complain too much. I guess our first match was against the Bug Beans. Our loss certainly could have been better, but it's alright. Now we're just playing against some nonsense. Definitely boarded wrong here, though, so we're going to have to play this game a little bit behind, but we have game 3 to recover, too. So, another Thalia. It's probably worth casting the first one. Yeah, because they have to give up one of their Saga tokens to kill Thalia on this turn. And that's pretty meaningful. Oh, they played that Plains. Yep, Construct's a 2/2, next one's a 3/3 and a 4/4. Put Grief into the graveyard. So many 2/2s. At least if they have like a Shadow Spear, they can't equip it this turn. Okay, yep. We are alive for now. Although not for that long. Yeah, so we're taking up to 2. What am I hoping for? Alright, I have this locked. I think I'm going to draw step Surgical the Sagas. I'm going to have to pay mana for it. And then I might just die, but we'll see. We'll just have to see. See what's in their hand. Okay, they are playing the red-black scam list that only has some Reanimator cards in it. Got it. And their hand right now can Entomb, Animate Dead. I guess it can't through the Thalia, so we're fine there. But their hand is unfortunately kind of good. I guess we'll see. Play Swamp. Let's go to attacks, so that works for me. Are they Bowmastering the Thalia then? I feel like they should be. Apparently not. Oh, I guess I probably should have targeted one of the tokens, right? Because then I can trade with it with only one of these. All right, target the Thalia. Please target the Thalia. It only makes sense for you to target the Thalia. Yes, let's go. Let's go. I'm keeping this one. Their trigger fizzles. And now I get to barely live anyway. I guess if I'm doing this, that was dumb. I guess if I'm doing this, I'm literally just better off doing this. There we go. Unfortunately, I don't think that I really have any single draw that gets me out of this. Definitely not a Windswept Heath. So, on to game 3. Major difference is I want these Lorens so much. And I want these cards a lot more than otherwise. Boarding against them is so tough, though, because like sometimes they have hands like that where they are barely playing like a Reanimator deck, but they still have Dark Ritual. Sometimes they will just go Dark Ritual and Tomb Animate dead. So it's hard to know like how far to go in one direction versus another. It's really tough. So I probably want some of these. I guess the answer might just be to cut Thalias. And maybe do something like this. Still need to make 2 more cuts though. And I guess the problem is that the other equipment is actually a lot better too. This is really hard. Might be the Bowmasters, actually. The Bowmasters don't really do a lot against them because they don't really draw cards with like anything. They don't play Grizzlebrands. They usually play like Archon, Atraxa, something else. I think you want therapy, especially on the play, for just early interaction. GT is probably not actually that good, so maybe I'll bring the planes back in because these games go longer, but I'll cut the GT. Yeah, this looks okay to me. Deal. Opponent mulls to 6. Mull to 5. Mull to 5. No, they stay at 6. Alright. Thoughtseize therapy should keep them pretty under wraps for a while. Let's put it that way. Those Archon's kind of stuck in their hand now. So I guess I just take the Entomb. Yeah. I think I want a therapy next, naming Reanimate, I think. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe I named Fable, actually. Ah, what's going on? Windows, stop. Yeah, I'm going to name Fable, actually. My computer's not winning. But I think otherwise I'm doing pretty well. Jesus. Fable the Mirror Breaker. Get out of there. Animate dead. Okay. Oh my god. Moto, what are you doing? Okay. Alright. Get rid of the Fable. Their hand still does nothing. Cool. I forgot to play my second lands. Whoops. Big whoops. It's fine. I'm going to miss a land drop anyway. See? Told you. It's fine. I don't think we want to Thoughtseize anything here. I think we give them a draw step or two. Gross. Can I draw a wasteland, please? No. Yeah, I guess I'm just passing. I'm not that weak against Saga, thankfully, with this battle. I just wish that I was better off than I am. I can hear my computer cranking away. I don't know what it's doing. Am I like turning into a Bitcoin miner or something? Please don't do that to me. I did not consent to this. Well, there's a Lauren I really want to cast and no lands to cast her, so that's annoying. I guess I'm just passing still. Yep, you got it. This is probably going to get a currency converter if I had to guess. Yeah. We'll see if they have a land to activate it. They don't. All right, cool. All right, I'm begging you, deck. Just give me a land, please. Oh my god. Yeah. Dark Ritual. Oh, Dark Ritual activate currency converter? Yeah, sure, that's fine. I suppose. There's the Archon. Man. I think my play here is get the Sagas out of their deck in this draw step. This Archon actually is not that scary. I have 2 removal spells for it in my hand. I can just discard a Wisp. And I think I just need to make sure that like whatever follow-up they have is slow enough that I can deal with it. And I think Saga is probably the scariest thing. So I am going to get the Sagas out of their deck again. Alright. Well, it means they're not Archoning me this turn, so that's kind of cool. And what's left in their hands? They have Animate, Dead, Bowmasters, Reanimate, Swamp. So if we draw a land for Lauren and we kill the currency converter, then those are just stuck. That's actually pretty huge. Another converter, yep. Land. Please! Oh my god. Really? Okay. It's 7 turns without a land drop, and like every draw has been a 3-drop too. They have 2 reanimation spells, so I don't think it makes sense to Thoughtseize either of them. We could Thoughtseize the Bowmasters. I'm not sure how real that is. Or we could just not and save our life, which is probably what we have to do. Okay, and there's the Archon. Yeah, I'm just going to discard the Thoughtseize, I guess. Reanimate's gone. Come on. I'm literally begging you. Well, now we're just dead. Okay, sure. Yeah, you got us. I think if we draw even just 1 land, we are in like extremely good. I don't want to say extremely. We're in very good shape there if we draw lands at any of those draw steps. This hand's great. Keep it. Hopefully they're an artifact deck. Or an enchantment deck, but let's be real. It's mostly artifact decks. Cavern of Souls. Cavern usually means Vile decks at least. So maybe Lauren will kill a Vile. Lotus Petal. Oh. Oh no, it's initiative. Got it. Hey Jared, Happy New Year. Hope you're having a... Oh no. We can't Thoughtseize and Wasteland them. I think we start with the Wasteland, though. Because... let me think. So... do we start with... yeah, I'm pretty sure we start with the Wasteland. This maximizes the chance that they can't cast anything, I think. They could go like City of Traders Petal, Spirit Guide, cast something. That's like the most likely set of cards where like they wouldn't have cast anything on turn 1, but... alright, cool. Yeah, we're good. Alright, we get to our turn 3 without an initiative creature in play. I am feeling great. Especially the Violon, too. Ooh, and a Swords. Oh, man. Alright. My deck is making up for last match. Okay, so now they can go Soul Land any of these. I think the card that I want them to least cast is... it's either the Fable or the 4th. It's probably the 4th. Like, if they cast Caves of Chaos Adventure, we just take the initiative back and then hold on to it for forever. 4th has the highest chance to be a problem down the line. Fable's kind of annoying, but hey, we have the Lauren for it, so yeah, it's 4th. There's Ancient Tomb. I am guessing they are casting Caves of Chaos Adventurer here. That's what their deck is built to do. Yep. We'll go to... they get a Plains. Interesting. Don't they need a mountain to cast that? Well, either way. Gonna get a Cauldra. I'm gonna keep the Vial at 2 this turn. Because I don't really need to play the Loran here. I'm just gonna put the Cauldra into play. I guess I wasn't supposed to play that land because I'm gonna get a basic here, and I should play that from my hand to conceal info, but not a big deal either way here. City of Traders. Oh, they have a Spirit Guide. Spirit Guide Fable. Okay. And Archon? Is that what they're doing? Yeah. Okay. That is fine. I will fetch for a Scrubland now. Not that it matters. I'm not using the mana either way, but... I will... put Bowmasters into play so that they have a harder time using Fable Chapter 2. I guess not that I'm going to let them, but it's more stuff in play to block. How about that? Tick up. We're going to scry. We're ahead enough that, like, we maybe could go for Forge, but I just don't like doing that. I like staying as ahead as possible against initiative. or I like making sure that I am going to stay ahead as much as I can. And making sure that my draw steps are good is the best way to do that. Oh yeah, I was supposed to violin the Lauren here. Okay, never mind. Doesn't matter. All right. Oh my god, my computer is exploding. Is the stream exploding, or is it just my computer? Out of curiosity, is the stream looking fine? Doesn't look like I'm really dropping frames, but it's not perfect on my end, so hard to say. Alright, cool. If it's just my computer, I won't worry about it. Actually, I want to cut the sash before Bowmaster. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay. Did the audio cut out, or was it just visuals? I'm not that worried. I'm just curious. Well, this hand can technically cast a couple spells, but not in the way that we really need to. So, and it has this Cauldron. So let's get rid of that. This hand works. Audio is fine. Okay, cool. So last time I needed to draw a third land, I missed it 7 turns in a row. So it's either land or solitude here. I am leaning towards land because we have plenty of time to draw one. And if we don't, then having the extra solitude is going to be helpful. And solitude is just a great card in the matchup in general, so. Yeah, I'll put a land on the bottom. Hello, Cavern of Souls. Very happy to once again not see an initiative creature cast on turn 1. I really wish that I did not just draw a Batterskull though. Well, they are trying to cast a Caves of Chaos Adventurer, and they will no longer do that. I love Thoughtseize. Stoneforge? No. Alright. Let's not do this again, deck, please. I'm begging you. Hey, Mario. How's it going? Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Okay. That's a pretty rough card for them to cast when I'm not able to cast anything. And they play the Ancient Tomb, and they used a Spirit Guide there, right? Yeah, okay. Whew. Okay. We have not been extremo punished. Question is what to get with this. I think that I'm getting Lauren because Fable is really stinky and gross and I hate it. And I'm going to have to remove it eventually, and Lauren's just the cleanest way to do it. The cuter way to do it is Containment Priest, but they literally have 2 Solitudes in their hands, so I'm not going to do that. Look, I know. I know this is what I signed up for, bottoming the lands. But hey, we got there this time. Okay, they bought it. They've been one of the Solitudes and a City of Traders. This is one of those spots where it's like a little bit tempting to Solitude the Goblin Shaman token because their mana is like kind of horrible. But the problem is like they are drawing one initiative creature away from casting all of their spells anyway. So just not worth it. Like I said, here's a Chaos Adventurer. Yeah, we can untap here. Interesting. So it's a little bit tempting to Skyclave the Keza Chaos Adventure, but that if they have a white card for this Solitude, which feels like pretty likely, the punish is like so much worse. So I think that I'm supposed to Solitude pitching. What am I pitching here, actually? I feel like it's probably the Recruiter. It's either Recruiter or Skyclave. I'm going to cast the Lauren on the Fable. I don't want it to be that. The big value with keeping Recruiter is it means that we can get to Stoneforge, which is our best way to like overpower them. But that's pretty mana intensive on this against this draw where we don't have a lot of lands and they're doing a lot of stuff to us so far. So I'm not sure how realistic that is. We also might just like draw the lands to cast this Batterskull anyway. Also, we have a Recruiter in play. Although I guess we'll see if the Recruiter lives. They might end up solituding it, but all right. Do you Solitude Recruiter of the Guard? You don't. Sick. Pretty happy with that. So obviously they can play a Plains, cast a Solitude here, and they can still take the initiative back. But I'm pretty happy to get my land off of that. Because if next turn I get to draw lands, Solitude there, oh, that's maybe it's annoying. Yeah, I guess it is annoying because it means that they can take the initiative without using their Solitude. These clunkers can be a little tough sometimes. They're even going down the right side of the dungeon. Whoa. I'm sorry if I forgot to say hello, Romario. I feel like I did, but just in case I didn't. Hello. I hope you're having a good evening. They can't. Yeah, they can't play the Plains because they played the Caracas. They still have mana for the Solitude because of the treasure tokens. All right, bet. Yep. Oh, man, it's so awkward. I can't do any two things, which is very annoying. I think I just have to put this Skyclave into play as a 2/2, as much as I hate it. There's your Plains. Is this 4th for a trillion? This looks like 4th for a trillion. I'm sort of surprised they aren't using casting it for the. Okay, they are casting it for the full 6. Yeah. No, for the full only 5. Yeah. Okay. Well, it's over either way. We're good. All right, now I get to be on the play and hopefully have a hand that is not so full of 3-drops. I say when my 3-drop column looks like this, but, you know. I'm doing my best, okay? You're going to tell me to bring in a 5-drop, though, so it doesn't count. But so do all the 3-drops. This hand works. I'm always of 2 minds against initiative, whether I'm supposed to cast Vial or Thoughtseize first, but it's also like extra weird with the Samwise, but we're definitely casting this Thoughtseize first. Alright, I pulled mulling to 6 too. Yeah, okay. I think initiative is the matchup where, like, I know the heuristic generally is like, if your opponent can do gross things on turn 1, you should cast Thoughtseize first. Otherwise, cast Vial. Initiative's just kind of tough because Vial is actually, like, crazy important in the matchup. It's just that sometimes you gotta check them and make sure they're not doing gross shit. My opponent has a Null Rod and a hand that was gonna tap out to, or just going to go to 0 cards in hands to cast the Caves of Chaos Adventurer. Got it. Also, this Null Rod is not good with these cards. Um, yeah. Goodbye. I would believe that there are matchups where Initiative wants to bring in Nullrod. This is not one of them. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that. I wonder if they literally don't play anything. Maybe they'll play a Lotus Petal, but like they probably don't want to play a City of Traders into casting nothing. It does shut off my Aether Vial. Okay, they do cast it. Alright, yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. Rats. Teeg I can't cast. Yeah, whatever. They need to draw... I guess like any... Yeah, any card in their deck means they can cast the Solitude on the Stoneforge if they want to do that. But like... Whatever. I guess any non-Chrome Mox Null Rod card. I wonder if I was supposed to just Thoughtseize them there, honestly. Get it and get the Solitude out of their hand and just leave them totally empty. Not sure. Is it the same? It is a different Chrome Mox than the one they showed us before, so we still know their whole hand. And now they can Solitude our Germ Token, I guess. You got it. Can I get a fetch lands, please? A Wasteland would actually be fine, too. Sure. It is kind of funny how uncastable this Null Rod is. And yet they are casting it. You got it. You got it, buddy. All right, computer, what is making you go off right now? Stop. I guess I'm just trading, or not even trading. I'm just gonna block Solitude with Samwise. I guess they probably aren't even attacking it, so yeah, never mind. Alright. Lands. Okay. I mean, I dare you. Yes, let's go. This at least gives us something to do if we continue to never draw lands. There's been a running theme today, apparently. I don't want Mom to be legendary. Sure. You got it. Oh my god, finally. I'm not even sure that, like, killing this null rod is right, but it means that I will win a lot faster. And I'm getting a little bit bored, I'm not gonna lie. Come on, opponent. Whatever you're trying to do can't be that important. Alright, they got a soul lands. That's something. There's that Chrome Mox I knew about. They could cast an initiative creature here. They did it. They actually did it. Okay, so I think what I want to do here is, in response to this Vile trigger, I want to lure on the Chrome Mox. Just keep cutting them off of mana. Take the Vile up to 5, because I'm definitely putting Yoran into play next turn. There we go. Although, do I even bother wastelanding? Probably not. This is unblockable, which is pretty funny. Or at least on this current board, it's unblockable. I can't stop them from taking it back right now, unfortunately, because the Seasoned Engineer will be much more unblockable than my Samwise just was, but that's okay. I can live with that. And I think I'm fine not wastelanding here, because anything they can do is not actually that scary. Yep, you got it. Yeah, it hasn't even been that exciting of a game. It's just taking forever for things to happen. You're welcome for the exercise, though, I guess. I promise I'm trying to get it over with. Please, just take your game actions. Alright. Alright. Finally my turn again. Let's scry. What do we got on top? I'll keep the swords for sure. I'm gonna go ahead and wasteland them, and then activate this file. Blink these two, or these three friends. I forgot to cast my Stoneforge because I'm just I'm so tired. But I'll cast it now. I guess I don't even have. No, I guess I. No, I don't have two targets, so it didn't matter either way. Alright, Skyclave this. Samwise this. Opponent, come on. Good job playing a mountain. Come on, come on. Let me just draw the Swords to Plowshares. Oh no, it's not on top because I fetched the Stoneforge, right? Of course. All right. Do you have a swords? Do you have a swords in your hands, or like a touch the Spiral Realm or something like that? Just use it now. They sure do. Okay. Now they concede. Okay. All right, JR, you're free. I'm not, though. I still have another match to play. All right. I feel like I've played against this person on Cradle Control, maybe? Not 100% sure, though. I'm not going to... I'm not going to trust my memory 100%, and this hand is, like, fine. It's not amazing, but it's fine. Drop, not Cradle Control. Got it. Let's get a Plains out of the deck. Cast this Stoneforge. Well, I got 2 equipment. Let's get a 3rd. No Doomsday for you, Chylith. Nice try. Well, this one won't go fast, will it? Alright, well, I'll recruit for another Stoneforge. Nice try, Chylith. Nice copium. Dress down. Okay, so this is probably just annoying beans, if I had to guess. I'm going to go ahead and cast this GT. By annoying beans, I mean 4 color, not really with black. I guess it's the Indolent. It still could be black. It's not a build that's likely to have that many Murktides since they're playing Leyline Binding. We'll see. Either way, this is not going to be a fast one. All right, Cauldron, here we go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get bindings. Once they use their mana on that, I'd rather get some GT counters. Yeah. Binding on the Cauldron. I got the Lauren for it. Are they binding the Germ token? I guess that's better against... Whoa. Alright. Sure. Huh. I don't know whether that's... It's that thing where it's hard to tell if they're like dumb or genius. It's pretty smart against Lauren specifically, but it's not. But it's worse against like everything else, so it's kind of strange. Oops, I need that to make a white mana. There we go. Okay, that's fine. Caracas is probably one of my best draws. Sanctuary, what do they put on top? Force of Will, okay. I'll cast one of my Thalias then. Alright, I hope you like that Force of Will in your hands. Too bad I don't have Bowmaster. Obviously they'd force it, but I'd be happy to get the force out of their hands, so. I'm reluctant to put much more onto the board than this, though, because of Terminus. Although I guess there's no Terminus now. Bean Uro, sure. They can escape Uro, go up to 11. They still have a force in their hand. I guess we don't know for sure, but almost certainly. So I guess I have to get the force out of their hand with the recruiter, and then hope that Yoran resolves after that. Yeah, I guess that now that gives me a chance to Skyclave this. This probably has to get forced. Force pitching. Ponder. Okay. Tough to say if Yorion will resolve, but I'm gonna try. What do you got? If this gets forced, then I can Solitude, which works too. Yeah, alright. Surprised I didn't have a force after that, but I'm not going to complain. Let's see, Recruiter. I'm probably just going to get probably Bowmaster and another Solitude. Yeah. And I get a Jite. I have all, or no, I have Batterskull. Right, Jite got, Jite's under the Leyline Binding, that's where it is. And while, yeah, I'm just going to kill the Uro now. I guess I should maybe wait until their draw step in case they have a Terminus on top. I forgot if, they shuffled off the Ponder, so they don't know what's on top. All right, cool. Got him. All right. Teeg is great. Legions is fine. Lauren is great. Rest in peace, great. And then I'm going to want some number of therapies. Cut the Thalias. Thalias aren't good. Jite is not very good. Wisp, for the same reasons as before, Wisp isn't that good in this matchup. And then the question becomes, we know that they're almost certainly a Terminus deck. I would be very surprised if they aren't. Although, right, I'm actually not gonna board out Wisps. I'm instead gonna board out some Swords here because this build is very light on creatures. Like we saw the one Uro, and it's usually like they have like 3 Uro and then 4th tokens, and that's it. So we're boarding out some removal. It's actually probably better to keep in a Thalia even over a Swords to Plowshares. It might even be that I'm supposed to keep Thalia over Wisps, but it's hard to know against Uro. Uro's a big jerk, so. Yeah, we'll go with this. Deal. I was gonna say I'd love to waste your tapped Xander's Lounge, but alas. I wonder if they were thinking about this because maybe they want to just binding the vial. That's possible. This could get as if it's Savannah, yeah, they're binding the vial. Okay, that's fine. Ooh. I don't think I want to cast both. I think I'm just casting one. It's a little tempting to cast both when Stoneforge is the follow-up, but I think it's a little risky in Determinus, and especially with the Solitude around. Like I might need it as a white. I might just need it as a white card. We'll see. All right. It's annoying to only have one Mom against a Fairy, and my Moto is crashing, loading the JPEG for Teferi Time Raveler. So give me a second. There we go. Bowmaster? Damn, I tried. I think, am I playing both now? No, I'm not. It's probably an Uro. No, swords. Okay. I'm just drawing all the equipment this match. Let's see where that lands. Maybe I was supposed to hit a sanctuary target. Probably the Lorien revealed. Let's see. One of the names probably going to depend on what they cast. Brainstorm? Sure. I think I just want to name Leyline Binding. No. Okay. I guess I should have just named Force a Will. I got too cute. That's alright. Forcing them to force this. Or not. Okay. I get Cauldra. The last equipment in my deck somehow. Okay, sure. They just put Terminus on top. That makes sense. Well, this does not look good for me. Alright, so Lorien and Force are on the top of their deck, presumably. This one's tough. Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna get rid of Lorien Revealed in case. Nice. I got it. I guess they have a Misty, so they're gonna get it on top of their deck anyway, but that's alright. I'll take that as a small victory. Small victory in this game that we're very unlikely to win anyway. Last card is Force. Alright, sure. I guess that makes sense. That means the next card is the only other card they put back off their brainstorm. Is that a... Need to be mindful of if they have a pause in their draw step otherwise, because I definitely just saw I saw a pause in the draw step that could have been a terminus off the top that it was asking if they wanted to cast. I'm just going to cast this Yorion since I have the Crocus for it. Sanctuary puts Force of Will on top. They're pondering into it. Okay, got it. Alright, you win. You win this one. Instant speed terminus for a 3/3 is fine by me. That's 2 terminus, probably all the terminus they have. Not guaranteed, but it feels pretty likely. I'm just going to Solitude it in their upkeep. I have Grokkus for Uro. They haven't shown us a Wasteland yet. There's a bean. There's another bean. Can I draw a Lauren would be nice. Bummer. This is kind of what I was referring to before, where Wisp just doesn't get a lot of value on its own because of how much removal they have, but we'll see. This game isn't as over as I expected it to be, but obviously as soon as they cast 4th Aer Lingus, things look a lot worse a lot worse very quickly. Those are the words I'm trying to say. Yeah. And they've only cast 1 Force of Will, so at least my next card or two are almost certainly countered. I'll take it. Okay. Jesus. Yeah, he got it. I'm taking that 4th Aer Lingus, that's for sure. I assume they're going to be flashing Containment Priest here. Maybe I'm supposed to keep Thalia back as a blocker, honestly. Yeah, I'm too busy like paying attention to them taking game actions to say it. But yeah, that's kind of what I was planning on. Um, like I need to not die to this Containment Priest and like whatever other random dudes they might have in their deck, but like this doesn't look good for them. And this looks even worse. Uh Oh, that's fine actually. I guess I should have hit the Vile one because the card's not coming back anyway, but that's fine. Yeah, I'll just keep my 2 legendary creatures in play. I should have hit the. I guess I should have either hit a Beanstalk or hit the Aether Vial one. Yeah, if they have second, fourth, good on them. But like a lot of lists don't, so whatever. If I draw like a Bowmaster, or if I draw like a random card that doesn't really matter, I'm certainly flashing back the Therapy looking for the second, fourth. But wow, that's rude. That's very mean. They're going off with this Containment Priest. I don't think these Misties can fetch in it. They probably have a Volcanic Islands maybe for fourth. Yeah, I am getting a Bowmaster here. Just killing the Teferi and passing the turn. Now their swords here has to go after the Bowmaster. Wait, just casting Uro first? Okay, sure. I think I'm also just supposed to be activating Lauren at this point. Give them as few turns of mana as I can to just like actually kill me. Yeah. Oh, especially because they're discarding here. Yeah, for sure. Ooh, and I got a Teeg. Hell yeah. Maybe I'm supposed to untap, cast Teeg, and then Caracas. But I guess they have the swords, so it probably just doesn't matter. They discard Beanstalk. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, flashing back a therapy. I'm going to get rid of the recruiter. I know that they have a binding. They're probably just going to cast it. But I guess if they don't, then I'll just take it and see what else is going on. Force of Vigor, 2 Uros, Brainstorm, Force of Will. Sure. So you're dead as hell. Is what I'm seeing. You're probably forcing pitching an Uro, and they draw 3 cards. Yeah, I think things could still happen, but I am feeling very good about where we are in this game right now, which is pretty weird given how it started. This Thalia is also like kind of useless. I could flash back the therapy using the Thalia. Yeah, I'm gonna do that actually. I've only seen one Force of Will. Oh my god. The other nice thing is it means we can cast this Cauldron next turn, even if we don't draw a land. Sure. That hand of garbage. Yep. I think they were supposed to put those lands on top, right? So they can fetch for them and not have these dead cards in hands, but or dead cards in play, but I guess not. I don't know. I'm gonna get rid of a land in my deck though. Yeah, so I've now had like almost like close to half of my games against the Beans decks like this get down to them just like decking because they can't kill me. Like if you get the 1/4 out of their deck, then the game just kind of ends. It's really weird. Dress down to get rid of the haste on the Cauldron. You got it. I don't think they have a flash creature with the. I guess some lists have 2 containment priests, so. Yeah, sometimes this is how it goes. They're really, other than 4th Aerlingus, they are horrible at actually killing you. And we've also not seen a Wastelands anywhere. I think most lists I've seen are on wastelands, but I guess this one's on 0. There you go. Sometimes they just can't kill you. I mean, that's the same problem that 4-color control had before 4th, which was that, like, when Uro and Minskimbu are the only two ways you kill people, your weakness to Karakas becomes really glaring against a deck that has 4 of them. So, like, their wastelands have to do so much in order for them to ever actually kill you. And if you get rid of the 1/4, it's the same thing, except they don't even have Minsk and Boo in their deck. They just have Uros. And, like, if they don't have a way to deal with your Karakas, they're just casting Growth Spiral every turn. It's not actually that good. So yeah. Some annoying losses, but hey, we at least got our money back. Still got a 3-2. And we got some okay Cabal Therapy games, I think. Some very tricky ones for sure as well. But yeah. I don't believe that we had any real mana problems with therapy, like I had mentioned in the beginning. I wanted to be mindful of that, but it seemed to still be fine. The Samwise was cute. I still wish it was a Scarab Swarm. But what else is new? I don't know. I do have to mention again that I have been losing to Bug Beans quite a bit. I think my record against it has not been great. I'm not sure. Again, I don't know to what extent that is. The matchup is hard versus the games I'm getting into are hard. Not sure. But I'm going to keep being mindful of that as well, to see if I maybe need to rejigger some things to get some points in that matchup, but I'm not even necessarily sure what I would play off the top of my head. But maybe there's something. Who knows? I mean, Scarab Swarm would be really good against them, unironically. All right, well, anyway, I think that is going to do it for tonight. I'm going to take... All right, first off, Magic Online is confirmed the reason my computer is exploding. So I'm going to close it real quick. It took so long for my task manager to even load and tell me that, which is kind of funny. Now you get to look at Steam for a second while I try to minimize that. But I'm just going to check to see if there's someone that we can raid. Someone who is also playing some Legacy, ideally. Oh my gosh, get out of here, Steam. What's going on? I was playing Played Up with my wife. It's a fun game. Oh my god, get out of here. Please leave. Alright. I'll send you over to Caleb, sure. Alright. Thank you, everyone, as always, for spending your night with me. Really appreciate it. Love what I do. There's going to be some fun things coming out tomorrow that I'm not going to talk about right now. I'm just going to, you'll see them. There will be announcements on Twitter and on Patreon when the stuff is out. That's all I'm going to tell you. If you need links to that, exclamation point Twitter, exclamation point Patreon, you'll get links to those. So follow me, subscribe to me, whatever, and you'll get notified of the cool thing that's coming out tomorrow. But until then, please, all of you, have a great evening or morning if you have, wherever you are. I say it all the time. Wherever you are, I hope you're having a good time of the day that it is for you. and I will see you next time.